Hello everyone, let's continue with Vakrokti Siddhanta as explained by Kuntak in his book Vakroktijivitam. Students, today we will talk about the second category of Vakrokti as mentioned by Kuntak in his Vakroktijivitam, and this category is called Pada-Purvardha Vakrata. Students, Pada-Purvardha Vakrata is lexical obliquity. This lexical obliquity refers to the poet's choice of words, the use of vocabulary, the metaphors, the adjectives, and covert or veiled expressions. And as it refers to the choice of words, now which words are to be chosen for a particular sort of poetic expression? It all depends upon the poet's skill, because language offers infinite varieties of words. There are words which are categorized as strange, some are common words, sometimes the words are categorized as evocative or imaginative words, and the words can be categorized as fresh or obsolete, outdated words. For example, you have seen some of the poets, they use archaic words, the old archaic words, they just are there to enhance the poetic charm. Then the words are categorized as exaggerated or underplayed also, and in terms of tone, some are vigorous or harsh words, some are mellifluous, or we can say soft and soothing words are also there. So there are innumerable varieties of words. So it is all depends upon the choice of words, that how he is choosing the right word to enhance the poetic beauty. That is lexical obliquity. So language offers infinite variety of words, but at the same time we can't deny the denotative and connotative parts of the language also. And according to Kuntak, that every word can be used with two categories of meanings. One is the connotative meaning and another is denotative meaning. Denotative meaning is the conventional meaning of the word, and in poetic language, according to Kuntak, the connotative meanings are important. So it is through the suggestive powers of the word or the connotative meaning of the word that the poet can explore what lies beneath and what lies beyond the surface. That is how lexical obliquity adds charm to a poetic expression. And now this is clear that poetic language deviates from the denotative mode of language, because it is just focused on the connotative mode of language, and it is all the skill, the genius of the poet, that how he just deviates from denotative to connotative through the selection of the appropriate word to convey his or her thought. And Kuntak has defined this Pada-Purvardha Vakrata or lexical obliquity, that when the words of common usage are employed so as to include an attribution of associate meaning other than the primary ones, then we say Pada-Purvardha Vakrata, means to go from conventional meaning to the suggestive meaning of the word. That type of use of word is lexical obliquity. Kuntak has talked about 8 categories of subcategories of Pada-Purvardha Vakrata in Vakroktijivitam. The one is Rûdhi-vaicitrya-vakratá, the second one is Paryâya-vakratá, then there is Upkara-vakrata, then Vivesana-vakratá, and fifth is Sanvrti-vakratá, and sixth is Vrtti-vakrata, and seventh is Linga-vaicitrya-vakratá, and eighth is Kriyâ-vaicitrya-vakratâ. So on the basis of the different categories of the words, Kuntak has just scientifically divided Pada-Purvardha Vakrata into 8 different categories. We will talk about these 8 categories in detail. So first we will take up Rûdhi-vaicitrya-vakratā. Rûdhi-vaicitrya-vakratā is actually the obliquity of usage. That when the conventional denotation of a word gives an improbable or exaggerated meaning, then it is Rûdhi-vaicitrya-vakratā. The writer's objective or the poet's aim in employing such obliquity is either supreme exaltation or extreme derision of the object. This obliquity of usage lies in the transformation of conventional meaning. So, the obliquity of usage means the transformation of conventional meaning. And this transformation or the improbable connotation is generally imposed upon the words which are obsolete, dead, or of common usage. And that's here the skill of the poet, the magic of the poet works, that how beautifully he just imposes the improbable connotations upon the obsolete or dead words. Then the second subcategory of Pada-Purvardha Vakrata is Paryâya-vakratā, that is called obliquity of synonyms. Students, as you know that synonyms are the words conveying the similar meaning. However, this doesn't mean that any synonym can be used in place of the other, because each word has different implications, different associations. Every word has its own character, its own beauty, and we can say that the meaning of the two or more words may be similar or even the same, but the shades of meaning are different. And a poet should be aware of these very fine nuances of the word, the shades of the meaning, and the poet's ears and mind must be acutely sensitive to the various dimensions of the word. So it is the poet who knows how to use the word accurately so as to make his portrayal or his description clear to the reader and provide them a pleasurable aesthetic experience. So the point is that Kuntak laid emphasis on the skill of the poet to create such a charm in his poetry that poetry will be capable of giving a pleasurable aesthetic experience to the reader. So keeping this aim in his mind, Kuntak has just explained that how the use of synonyms can also be added to the Pada-Purvardha Vakrata, and the use of synonyms in poetry or kavya takes place in different ways as Kuntak describes. Number 1, when the synonym is an integral part of the meaning. Secondly, when it nurtures the literal meaning to its climax. And thirdly, when the synonym or its adjective beautifies the expression and gives a meaning different from the literal one. So in this way, Kuntak has explained the Paryâya-vakratā, and the next is Upkara-vakrata, that is also called obliquity of transference. Obliquity of transference refers to the idea or the skill or the use of the words when the inanimate objects or abstract ideas are invested with human attributes. In more simple words, we can say the use of personification. That is also the part of obliquity of transference. Here a word is used in its secondary sense to refer to an object with which it has no direct associations. And we can say the inanimate objects and the abstract phenomena are treated metaphorically under obliquity of transference. For example, here is a line from Emily Dickinson's poem. There is a certain slant of light. Here it goes. When it comes, the landscape listens. Shadows hold their breath. So how beautifully the poet has personified the landscape and the shadows in this in these lines. So this is the obliquity of transference. This is how the skillful use of this very technique or this very device of investing human attributes to the inanimate object has just added beauty to these lines. The next subcategory of Pada-Purvardha Vakrata is Vivesana-vakratá, that is obliquity of adjectives. We are all familiar that adjectives have a significant value in the composition of kavya or poetry, and it is the oblique use of adjectives that heightens the beauty of a verb or a case, and it is the oblique use of adjective only that gives liveliness and picturesqueness to the poetic language. So the point is that the pictorial quality enhances the beauty of a particular piece of poetry, and this pictorial quality is brought about with the skillful use of adjectives. And according to Kuntak, it is the right use of adjectives due to which rasa reaches its climax. Rasa is the aesthetic pleasure, the aesthetic experience, which is the aim of kavya, which is the aim of poetry, and this rasa is to be achieved only through the right use of adjectives. And this obliquity of adjective also contributes to the evocative and imaginative parts of the poetic expression. The next subcategory is obliquity of concealment. So how it happens that when the subject of description is screened by the use of pronoun and so on in order to achieve excellence of expression. So how this screening happens? This use of pronouns is necessitated by the poet's keenness to convey infinite speciality of the object being described. Acharya Kuntak is fully aware of the fact that art lies concealing art. So he talks about three different situations that how this obliquity of concealment works. Number one, when an extraordinary beautiful object is contemplated directly, there is a loss in its beauty. So it is better to present it screened. Then second is, sometimes when the words fail to explain the natural beauty of an object which has received its excellence, then also it is better to screen that object. Then thirdly, sometimes an extraordinary delicate object due to its excessive qualities starts vibrating with beauty, not by description but by the sheer use of pronouns. So the fourth important point is that there are the objects which are only worth experiencing by senses, and they cannot be explained by words. They are inexplicable through words, so they can be better expressed or beautifully expressed by using the obliquity of concealment or Sanvrti-vakratá. The next subcategory is called Vrtti-vakrata, that is obliquity of indeclinable. So this, according to Kuntak, this Vrtti-vakrata means a formation of new structures. So how it happens? The new structures include the use of compound words, as you have seen in the poems of Hopkins. Then there is use of secondary derivatives, then participles, the slang expression. So the use of these very new structures comes under the use of Vrtti-vakrata, and here these very new structures they create beauty to the expression in kavya with the propriety of meaning and emotion. The next category of Pada-Purvardha Vakrata is Linga-vaicitrya-vakratâ. This is called obliquity of gender. So when a gender is employed in such a way as to enhance the beauty of the expression, then this obliquity of gender appears. And according to Kuntak, it operates at 3 levels. Number 1, when words belonging to two heterogeneous genders are brought together. Secondly, when the feminine gender is used, ignoring an other possible gender merely for the sake of excellence in the expression. Then thirdly, when the existence of the gender described is avoided and a particular word is employed to enhance the beauty of Kavya. The last subcategory of Pada-Purvardha Vakrata is Kriyâ-vaicitrya-vakratâ. The artistic use of root verbs, which is capable of producing a unique beauty, is regarded as Kriyâ-vaicitrya-vakratâ, and according to Kuntak, it has 5 varieties. Number 1, extreme capability of the subject, superiority to another subject who could perform the same action, then significant qualification of the action itself, fourthly, beauty of metaphorical superimposition, and fifth is concealment of the direct object. So in this way, the Kuntak has just pointed out that how the artistic use of words create the poetic charm. And this artistic use, this skillful use of words is the root or the soul of the concept of vakrata or obliquity. And Kuntak, as we have seen in all the subcategories of Pada-Purvardha Vakrata, that Kuntak emphasizes what is essential in Kavya is the genius of the poet to transform through his skill, through his imagination, through his creativity, that is ordinary into something extraordinary and present it as a wonderful object of great beauty, bringing joy to the heart of the reader. Kuntak believed that the poet's genius cannot be categorized. The true poetic genius is ever resourceful, rejuvenating itself all the time, and this rejuvenation just takes place through the selection of the appropriate words, the appropriate vocabulary, or through the Pada-Purvardha Vakrata. In our next video, we will talk about Pada-Purvardha Vakrata, that is about the grammatical obliquity. Thank you.